Club Calvi is spotlighting a mystery novel that we think you should consider for your to-be-read list. It's about a New York City yellow cab driver who picks up a fare only to discover her passenger is dead when they arrive. Critics are calling the book The Midnight Taxi marvelous and well-crafted. It's Yosha Gunasekera's first book, and she is here to talk about it. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Your book is receiving multiple starred reviews. Everyone's talking about it, saying you're the writer to watch. How does that feel after all the work you've put into this?
It truly is so surreal. It's really a dream come true. I've wanted to write a novel for so long. I've been a practicing attorney for 10 years, and then so to be able to use my creative side and a different side of my brain to be able to write fiction has just been so amazing.
With your career, you've really seen it all. Describe the story of The Midnight Taxi.
So The Midnight Taxi follows taxi cab driver Siriwati Pereira. She picks up a passenger just any ordinary night, and then when she gets to his destination, he's been murdered. So of course she's arrested as the obvious and only suspect, and she must fight with her public defender for essentially her life. She's investigating the case across all 5 boroughs, including Roosevelt Island, and she has to find clues in order to find the real murderer and to save herself.
You have experience as a public defender, so I'm sure you're using personal aspects of your life into the writing here.
Yes. So I was a public defender in Manhattan for 6 years, and currently I work at the Innocence Project. I represent individuals who are wrongfully accused of crimes that they did not commit. And so I've used both of those experiences over 10 years of being a lawyer to really inform the book. I want the reader to have a real understanding of the criminal legal system from the perspective of both the public defender and then also people who are ensnared in the criminal legal system. So I really wanted to give readers that authentic viewpoint, but also it is a mystery, it is fiction. So at certain times you have to suspend your belief, but I really wanted to keep it a fun mystery, a page turner. I wanted readers to be engaged, but also to learn something along the way.
Can you tell me about your writing? Because I heard that you wrote some of this longhand while waiting in jail.
Yes. So as part of my job representing individuals, I'm in jails and prisons in the city and across the state. And you really, when you're a busy lawyer, you have to find the time to write anywhere. And that's including in a jail waiting room. Here, you can't bring in cell phones. You can't bring in those things that commonly could distract you. And so you're sometimes just left with your client's files, which you've already reviewed, and an empty yellow notepad. And so sometimes I would find myself just writing parts of a chapter longhand, and then I would go home and I would type that up, and they would eventually form the book that you see before you, The Midnight Taxi.
It's so exciting. You really described the book as a love letter to New York City and the service people who just make it run. Tell me a little bit about that and your experience just riding cabs. It was part of your research, wasn't it?
Yes. I mean, I was working at night court one day, which is the late night arraignment shift representing New Yorkers. It was 1 a.m. I got to the curb. There was a yellow cab waiting, and he started asking me about my day. We started talking about true crime, and it was just this rare moment of human connection with this yellow cab driver. And as we sat there talking, I started to wonder about the lives of these incredibly important service workers who get busy New Yorkers to and from where they need to go. And so that really formed the basis of the novel. I married into a family of cab drivers. My husband's father was a cab driver. His father was a cab driver. And so there was so much family lore and interest and just understanding, in these brief interactions, the lives of these, of yellow cab drivers. And so that really was an important part of the city. But I also wanted to highlight parts of the city that people don't go to very often. I think sometimes people think of New York City as just Times Square or Madison Square Garden. And there's so many incredible restaurants, so much culture and diversity in all 5 of New York City boroughs. So I just really wanted to highlight, all of those.
And more to come, because I understand there's a second book on the way.
There is a second book. I'm so delighted to be able to continue with these 2 main characters, Siri and Amaya. They have a second perplexing mystery in which they must travel around New York City again to find clues. And it's a love story to New York City. It talks about some of the lesser known parts of New York City, some of the historical parts of New York City. And I really just hope that readers will enjoy that as well.
Oh, I'm really excited about it. Congrats to you. We can't wait to finish reading this and getting into your next one. So thanks so much for taking some time to talk to me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
The book is called The Midnight Taxi. You can read an excerpt and get the book at clubcalvi.com.